Record.
All
Oh,
right,
I
let me
need to pull
retweet it.
up my fucking topics too, because I don't even know what the fuck I have on here. Oh yeah, I'm recording. Record. Say something.
Test, test, test. One, two,
Okay,
three.
I'm just
Beef
making
jerky.
sure. All right, we're broadcasting. Let me log into my email so I know what the fuck we're supposed to talk about. Oh, hi, motherfuckers, by the way. Oh, wait, the show opening. Fuck, hold on.
Really? After we talked about it,
Shut up. What do you want me to play?
the guys from Wilmington.
No, did you want me to play a song or just go on? Because I'm
Don't
looking for
you
that thing right
intro?
now.
The guys from
Here it is.
Wilmington.
Here it is.
Welcome to the Inappropriate MMA Show!
What's up, motherfuckers?
You should let it play through because I think it's even more funny.
That'll be like a special.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue where that is. I know I have it on my phone. I have no clue where it is on my computer. Yeah, that'll be a special.
That'll be live fight nights.
So we're fucking here, and there's a lot of fights to talk. You probably don't even know all the fights to talk about this weekend. I'm going to be spread out a little bit tomorrow. Are you going to be home tomorrow night?
I'm headed to Charlotte, staying tomorrow night and watching the Panthers game on Sunday.
Oh, they got the pay-per-view, they got Bellator, they got World Series of Fighting, all with some interesting fights happening.
You gonna have
And
3 devices running at the same time?
Well, World Series of Fighting, I think, is earlier. They usually get smart, and because they've done they're not pay-per-views, but fights on UFC fight nights, and they usually go early. I know their weigh-ins were early. Like I think their weigh-ins were at like 2 or 3, so I think they're starting early again. Which is smart, because World Series of Fighting isn't going to compete with UFC and Bellator. That's just crazy. But Bellator's tomorrow night, too. So, now let me ask you this before we get into tomorrow's fights and start, because we'll be breaking a few things down. Like I said, I don't think you know some of them, but I don't think you realize that they're tomorrow. Did you watch last week's fights?
You mean the ones that we did live broadcast during?
Well, Mr. Smarty Pants, we only did a live broadcast for 2, 3 of them? Maybe 3 of them.
Yeah, maybe 3. That's all I saw.
It was Clint, and then it was, I forgot who the other one was, and then the other one. That was a Fight Pass one. I'm telling you. I went back when my dad was over. No real good stories about that, except for the fact it took me an hour to fucking get him connected to his Wi-Fi.
With him in the same room as you?
Well, I gave him my router to take home, so he could go wireless on his computer.
Oh, yeah.
And an hour. I had it preset, too. An hour. But no.
Windows 8,
really,
baby.
Yeah, I fucking hate Windows 8. Nothing really big there, but we did watch the fights from Friday night. Every fight was a finish. That was the Fight Pass fight. You should go back and watch that. You'd like it.
Every fight was a finish?
Yeah, all 11 fights, they were all finishes. So we watched.
Wow.
We watched all of those, even the Clint Hester and the ones that we watched. That was the Bisping Rockhold.
Oh yeah.
Rewatched that. Good stuff. Now
We
Saturday
watched
night's
Bisping's last
fights.
fight.
Nope,
possibly.
he was going to keep fighting. I thought he was going to retire. Apparently not. What the fuck do I know? I don't know why he's going to keep fighting. I think he's done. He could probably pull off a couple good paydays. Like he can hype a fight. He can sell a fight, so he can call someone out and make some money.
Yep.
But I think his title running days are over. But the Saturday night fights, man, I watched them. I think every fight just about was a decision. They had like one finish early on. I guess I should bring it up real quick. Oh, by the way, I saw the Sam Alvey one. Remember I told you Sam Alvey beat Dylan Andrews last Friday before we started watching?
Yeah.
So I saw that too. I kind of feel bad for Dylan Andrews. You remember who Dylan Andrews is, right?
Yeah, from the Ultimate Fighter, right?
Guy. Yeah, he was what season was he on? He was on Team Jones. Wasn't he?
I think he was.
I gotta look that up. I think he was on Team Jones. I just pulled it up. So let me see. He lost a fight a while ago, because he fucked up his shoulder in the fight. So then I'm watching this fight with Sam Alvey, and he tried doing a throw on Sam Alvey, and Sam Alvey blocked it, and he basically knocked himself out.
No.
And I was like, man, this guy can't catch. Yeah, it was against Clint Hester. It was a doctor stoppage. He fucked up his shoulder. It's like, man,
You mean like a judo hip toss?
Well, it was a were they belly to back? I think it was belly to back. He had, I don't know if it was two underhooks or an under and an over, but he went to go up and twist to go around for the takedown, and Sam Alvey hooked his leg so he couldn't get the twist down. So he went up, arched, and tried to twist and couldn't, and just wound up falling right on his head. And then Sam Alvey went and got a couple shots in, and then the ref stopped it. And,
wow.
I like Sam Alvey too. It's I like him, but it's just like, man, this motherfucker can't catch a break. But
he's a sad face guy, right?
Sad face. At first, I thought it was a fluke. I didn't realize it was that it got blocked until I saw the other angle. At first, I just thought, man, this motherfucker just tried to do a takedown and knocked himself out on a takedown. He's cursed. Because that shit happened. That happened to, was it Matt Hughes and somebody, Carlos or somebody? I can't think of who it was, but Matt Hughes did a fucking, I think it was a slam, and they both got knocked out. But Matt Hughes, I guess, woke up first or some shit. I don't remember. But yeah,
that's just funny.
Yeah, so that was good. What was I going to look up? I don't remember. Oh, Michael, I don't know what I was going to look up. Saturday's fights. That's what I was looking up. Dude, that was on Fox Sports 1. There were 3 finishes on the prelims. And then everything else was a decision except for Mauricio Hu and Ovin St. Preux. Which, did you DVR it or no? Did you completely miss them?
Wait a minute. I did watch that. Where was that, Saturday?
Yeah, and it looked like Hu slipped and got knocked the fuck out, and then from the other angle you could see the shot that connected. He didn't slip, he got caught.
Yeah, because I couldn't figure out how he got knocked out. Was that the last fight?
Yeah, that was the main event.
Yeah,
because I went to sleep on the co-main. I was fucking tired. The co-main was at Warley Alves and Alan Jaban. Warley's the guy who won Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not doing this because everything was a decision, and I was just like, I can't fucking stay awake anymore because this could keep me up until 1:30, and it's not going to happen tonight. So I said, fuck it.
I did the same thing and watched them Sunday morning.
I didn't watch anything but the Hua fight. I didn't go back and rewatch the other stuff, though I need to.
My son was watching, and they started the last fight, and he went upstairs. And I think before he got to the top of the stairs, I yelled for him to come back down and watch the entire fight again. Because a minute? Yeah.
Did you see the video that's floating? I saw it on Facebook. I haven't seen it on Twitter. You know what? I need to share it. And I know who did it, too. There's a video someone did. It shows the fight, and it shows from that initial angle where it just looks like Hua threw a punch and missed and just toppled over.
It looked like a work.
In this video, someone, I guess, CGI or whatever, had it come in and threw a skateboard. Like a skateboard got thrown into the octagon, and Hua steps on it and slips and stumbles into the cage. I was like, that was pretty okay. I'm surprised I haven't seen that on Twitter, actually, though. That's like right up Twitter's alley. Let me see. What the fuck is there? Those can all tie in together. Hey, by the way, Interstellar, you don't watch a lot of movies.
No, but I want to see that one.
If you really want to see it, well, you're gone. Didn't you say you're gone? I wonder when it's well worth going to see in IMAX.
Well, I love IMAX anyway, so I would definitely go see that. You want to go back and see it?
Maybe.
What about next Sunday?
Maybe.
My boy will be home then. He don't work on Sunday. Let's see if he wants to go.
I was thinking your boy, I was like, who's your boy? You're talking about your actual boy.
Yeah, not my Indian boy.
I need to talk to your boy. I need to get him. No, I want to try that pizza shit, but I'm not going to drive out there. I need to find out a night when he's going home to his girlfriend's and have him bring me a pizza.
Tomorrow night is the best night. Well, no,
Oh,
he's not coming home tomorrow night. He's not going to her house. He's going to get off early so he can come home and babysit.
where are you going? Oh, you're going to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
just
that
had
pizza,
that
is really good.
I'm just getting started, everybody.
when that place hit the Huffington Post, it's gone crazy. He said they ran out of pizza last Friday night at 8:00.
Was that article that he shared that, didn't he? That was from the Huffington Post?
Well, it hit the Huffington Post. I'm not sure if the one he sent was from the HuffPo or if it was from the one before it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's been a madhouse here, and it only seats about, I'd say 40 people, and then about 30 outside. So I don't know what they're doing for the winter, but it's over next to NC State, so they get a lot of they only have their own beer there, trophy beer. So
yeah. By the way, speaking of beer, you know what I saw in Walmart the other day?
Aviator.
Yeah. But why the fuck is it so expensive?
I'm from the future. Actually, in the Aviator, it's $7.99 a 6-pack. If you go anywhere else, it's $8.99 or $9.99.
That's ridiculous.
It's a craft beer. People pay it. Hey, it's $5 a pint when you go there, so that's a good deal.
Yeah, you know what? We really need to legalize weed. And we just need to get that to happen.
Why? Because beer's so expensive?
Well, you know what? I say that, but then I bet weed will go up.
What are they going to tax it, so? I mean, not that we know what weed costs anyway, right?
$50 a joint or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, it was like expensive. Hold on, I'm going to show you a trick, okay? See if you can guess who I am now.
I feel like you're goofing on me somehow.
Mm-mm.
Just so we can paint the picture, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm going to sum this up in about 6. He put on a pair of glasses.
Now, if Clark Kent put on a pair of glasses, you wouldn't know who he was, right? But if he took them off,
you gotta part the hair on the other side too. Doesn't he do that too? It's the glasses and the part.
I don't think he changes his part.
I thought he did. You sure?
I'm talking about the black and white Clark Kent.
That's racist. Why do we have to go there?
That's the era I came from.
Yeah, I don't see black and white. I see shades of gray.
50?
No, that's a Stephen Colbert line. I just totally stole it. And when he said it, I just never forgot it because I guess I thought it was that funny. So let's do some nuggets here, okay? Anthony Johnson is off suspension.
Guess what I didn't bring up?
You need to go. I don't have a soundbite for that. Here,
really, people are going to be going, wonder what he's getting.
I'm going to play this one anyway. You go get your thing.
Yes, what is it? I need to go poopy.
So, let's see here. Let's see what else I have to talk about here as we go on. So, I got audio for that. Oh, you know what? We'll talk about Hua since we were just talking about 56. He'll be back in a second. He went to go get his spit cup. So, Hua, there were a lot of people calling for Hua to retire. He got caught. You know, it's one of those things. If it was like he was outclassed, okay, but he got caught. And you know, I get he's, what is he, like 2-3 or 1-4 in his last 5, somewhere in there. But he's stayed relatively competitive. I don't remember him just getting his shit kicked out of him. That said, he's talking about moving down to 185, and which makes sense to me. I mean, I can understand how that would be a good move. Before he makes the move to 185, like fully, they want to do a catch weight at 195. I'm okay with this, and I'll tell Mr. Diver here just a recap, since we were talking about Hua earlier, because I don't have my paper. I forgot to print it, so it's hard for me to like link and connect my stories. people were talking about wanting Hua to retire, and I don't think he needs to retire yet. He's only 34. And he hasn't, he got caught. It wasn't like he was, dominated or anything like that. But they're talking about him cutting to 185, which makes sense. And before he goes to 185, he wants to do a catch weight at 195. And I forgot who tweeted it, but it was a fucking great idea. Rich Franklin still has one fight left on his contract. Rich Franklin and Hua at 185 will be a fun fight, and it will sell. It won't really do anything. It doesn't matter. It's a catch weight fight. Rankings don't matter. Franklin's retiring anyway. He said he's done after he finishes out his UFC contract. I like that.
I thought it was done.
Nope, he's got one more left. I like that fight. So I'm hoping that might come to fruition because that could be a fun fight. I mean, granted, Franklin hasn't fought in 2 years or some shit. I still don't know who you're trying to be with those glasses.
This is my
Oh, remind me when we get off air to tell you about someone, a mutual person who we don't enjoy the company of.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm well aware you know who I'm talking about. Who are you trying to do an impression of?
Nobody. I just wanted to see if you could recognize me with glasses on, like the way when Superman puts his on, you don't recognize him.
Oh, that went right over my head. You must be 12 feet tall.
Yes.
Because that wasn't even close to being picked up by me.
Yeah, that was pretty. Glasses, disguise, no glasses.
I didn't get that. All right. I totally didn't get that. So yeah, Anthony Johnson is not suspended anymore. He's good to go, and the fight with Gustafsson is back on. It's gonna be, I think, sometime in January, February. It's a Fox fight from Sweden, so I don't know what fucking time that's gonna be. I assume
Lord.
They're gonna make it live here in the States. Then the Swedish people will have to go to a fight at 3 in the morning or some shit.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know what time. I'm saying 3 in the morning. I have no clue. But that's going on. And the co-main for that fight will be Gegard Mousasi and Dan Henderson. I really wish Dan Henderson would just retire. Now he, unlike Hua, I think is prime for retirement. I know people get pissed off when they hear it and stuff like that, but how fucking long is he supposed to go on? I mean, just how long?
Hua?
No, Henderson, Dan Henderson. I'm pretty done with him. What is that? Oh, what time is it in Sweden? It's 4:09. So okay, 2 in the morning then, because the Fox fight started at 8 o'clock. So yeah, it would be 2 in the morning that the poor Swedish people are going to have to go watch a fight.
I don't pity them as much as I do the fighters.
Well, the fighters can adjust. They can get there early and get used to. I mean, we're going to talk about tomorrow night's fights in a little bit, but I'll bring this up as a nugget because you don't know, but I think most people do. Well, I say you don't know. I don't know. You might know. Fabricio Verdum and Mark Hunt are fighting tomorrow, and Verdum went to Mexico 2 months ago to get used to the elevation.
Well, I watched the Mark Hunt interview today, him talking about elevation between Denver and Mexico City. It's only 2,000 more feet. It's 5,900 feet versus 7,900 feet. I mean, that's not much, I don't think.
That's Denver. He lives in Australia. Do they even have any kind of a close to a mountain in Australia? Isn't it just one just big flat you can just see from one edge of the coast to the other?
Do you want a map?
You can see right through the buildings.
Do you want a map? New Zealand is not in Australia. He's New Zealander. He's not Australian.
It's the same fucking thing. I mean, seriously, I don't care if they're connected or not. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I thought he said he'd been training in Denver.
Although, there is a difference because New Zealand has a lot of fucking mountains because that's where they filmed all the Lord of the Rings shit. So they have something going on somewhere in New Zealand.
Yeah, but he said he was training in Denver, I thought.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. I listened to it 3 times, I think, and I don't remember hearing that.
I went to Denver for 4 or 5 days, and on the 5th day, when I was drinking copious amounts of water and taking aspirin every day, I could go up 2 flights of stairs and I have to sit down for 5 minutes. It was exhausting. I don't know how baseball players go and get acclimated.
How do you think it affects you, since it's Denver and marijuana's legal? How do you think that affects your high?
Well, I think when you get used to, I think if you flew into Denver today and got high, you'd be really tripping balls.
It would just fuck you up.
Like, here's one gummy bear. Really? You get one. That's it.
Huh? Yeah, I wonder what that would do. Huh?
Because it just makes you lightheaded and tired. I mean, really, really tired. I didn't think it would affect me, really, because, I mean, you've seen my physique.
Wow. That was impressive.
Physical specimen, something like that.
So, let's talk about Mark Hunt, that interview, because I listened to it. I wound up hearing it, because, I'm working, I got my earbud in and I'm doing stuff on the other screen, because I got different stuff on my computer, and when an interview's over, sometimes I don't go and click another interview right away, so it kept reverting back to that Mark Hunt interview by default.
Yeah.
So I heard it a bunch of times.
What amazed me at the end of it, I thought there would be a guy with an AK-47 holding it up to the back of his head. The way he just got up and, here's your mic, I'm leaving, see ya. I mean, it was
clearly there's something going on, and
yeah,
he said from the beginning he was distracted, and then
he never smiled
once.
once.
What did he say? Let's see here, because I did take a couple notes. He said he doesn't care if he wins on Saturday. I thought that was a big statement, and that could be he really doesn't care, because he might not. It's Mark Hunt. He's not exactly the most outgoing, vocal guy in the world. Or is the pressure this is a big fight for him. Is the pressure a little bit high, and he's saying that to try to lessen his own pressure?
I don't think that's it. It could be, but I don't think it is.
I don't know. And then he didn't. The other thing. We were talking about the elevation. When he started talking about that book he was doing towards the end, he started having a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that or not, but he started
licking
doing
his
deep
lips,
breaths and stuff. And I'm sure he's a big guy. He made weight today. He's a big guy. So I'm sure cutting 37 pounds in Mexico wasn't a lot of fun. But there are some big ones. And then,
it is Mexico City, right?
Oh, it's Mexico. Isn't it all Mexico City? I just
figured
Mexico's just one big thing, and it doesn't matter where. It's just Mexico.
No, I think Mexico City is the second largest city in the world.
Well, what happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. Is that for every city in Mexico?
No, I'm saying that's the whole country.
Okay, so you can go to I guess Tijuana's Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah.
And really, that's where the bad stuff would be.
Well, bad stuff happens pretty much in all of Mexico.
Well, no, but the stuff that you want to stay in Mexico, I would think that's Tijuana. Whatever you're doing in Tijuana, you probably don't want it coming back to your family here.
Yeah, where does Sammy Hagar live? He's over on the West Coast.
I don't know.
Starts with a C.
He's got an alcohol name like Cabo Wabo.
Cabo, Mexico. That's where he's at. Yeah.
Or maybe it's not an alcohol. Maybe it's his bar. Doesn't he own a bar?
He owns a bar, and he bought, I think it's Cabo Tequila.
Oh, so he's got a drink too.
Yeah, I think he owns Cabo Tequila.
Okay, I didn't know he had both. Well, there are two things that I thought were interesting, and I'm going to give Ariel props on the second one. But I thought it was interesting he didn't want to talk about, and maybe it's depressing for him, I don't know. But if you heard the part where Ariel started talking about how UFC didn't want him,
yeah,
and Mark Hunt kind of just blew it off. He's talked about it before, and I think it's a really cool story, especially for this fight. He's fighting for the interim title for a guy UFC didn't want, and maybe there's something wrong with that story. I don't know, but the basic story is when UFC bought Pride. Have you heard this?
Well,
sure
I just from the interview.
Yeah,
from the interview.
Well, yeah, when UFC bought Pride, Dana White, UFC tried to buy Mark Hunt's contract out, They didn't want him to fight in the UFC. They were just like, no, we're just let us pay you for your fights. We're gonna pay you what we're contractually obligated to, and let's just call it a day. And Mark Hunt was like, no, I want a chance to fight in the UFC. So they honored his contract, and then they wound up keeping him. I think that's
because he won.
And I think he lost the first one, but he started winning after that.
What is blonde-haired Mark Hunt?
Yeah, he's got to be blonde. Although I think he's got white hair for tomorrow or something. Or maybe that was just white hair in preparation for the blonde. I don't know. But I thought that was a neat story. And he's fucking old as shit. So, of course, I'm pulling for him there, too, because he's like 42 years old.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, I think it's 42.
Wow.
I'll look it up remind me to look at it when we break that fight down, because I'll go to his Wikipedia page and see. Let's see here. Did you hear Chael?
No.
This week? Not. I still think you should go back and listen to it. This week's wasn't great. I didn't think it was great. It was Nate Diaz. And anytime you have a Diaz brother on, it could go really, really well, or really, really well. It just to me, it was Chael. Nate Diaz is more talkative than Nick, but still isn't as outgoing in conversation and stuff. And it was kind of Chael trying to, keep the conversation going. It was just a little forced. He did fine. He did what I think he needed to. I wasn't really blown away by. I'm rarely blown away. Nate Diaz does not move the needle for me with interviews. It just doesn't work for me. Let's see here. We're gonna cruise through the all the fight stuff actually, and then we'll do other shit. So, because I'm almost done with the fight shit. So, tough. I'm caught up because I'm a professional.
You must have didn't have anything else to watch.
Well, to an extent, and I have a DVR filled with shit, but this week it's been busy as shit. I didn't start writing shit down for the show today until Wednesday. It was just another busy as shit week. And I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't really want to, I'm not in a mood, like a relaxing mood where I want to watch, the shows that I really, really, really dig, and I just want to sit and chill. I was doing other shit, so I got caught up on Tough. Here's the deal. You saw the Felice fight, right?
Yeah.
And then what was the fight after that? You saw it was that Aislinn chick and the Magana chick.
The Irish girl.
Yeah, the Irish girl and that Magana chick. Here's the deal. Angela Magana. Okay. I was kind of starting to dig her a little bit. Kind of thinking she's kind of cute. Kind of like, you know what? I kind of like you. Okay. I decided to follow her on Twitter. When did I watch that fight? Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. So I decided yesterday I wanted to follow her on Twitter. Okay. At some point, Angela Magana, she's gone crazy. Okay, and I mean she's gone like fucking, what's her name? What's that chick who is like a kid star and now she's Amanda Bynes? She's gone nuts.
What?
Absolutely fucking nuts. Okay, I mean, okay, I'm on her Twitter now. I'm scrolling back.
What's her Twitter name? I'm gonna look her up.
It's Angela Magana 2 or Magana 2. And everyone was like, wow, she's really going crazy. I didn't realize I don't know if this is a ruse. Hey, Ariel Hawana, your podcast is good, but I think you could do better. Queen says, pick up your game. She's calling herself the Queen. Let's see here. I was thinking I should ring Rhonda and offer her advice on how to beat Zingano, one champ to another. She was calling out Misha Tate. She let's see here. Something about Chael. What did she say about Chael? Oh, something about like Chael, and I think this is after she started going crazy. Something like Chael Sonnen just called me to be on his podcast, but I told him I have better things to do. Don't look at Heather in the eye. She might think you're... But she just started like going off on everybody, except of course her crew, which is like, Beck and Rose and all those, because she was in with Felice and Rose and Carla and Beck and all them. So I don't know what the hell happened.
How do you spell her last name?
Magana. Angela Magana 1. Just got off the phone with Roy Jones Jr. Next week he's coming to work on my hand speed and head movement. I'm the best, but I improve. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never really heard of her before. Tough, so I don't know really what the hell her deal is. Your queen always feels better after browsing the tweets of you piss ants. It's just like, wow, you're just like, what the hell happened? Like, when did you go nuts?
Did you see her last week? She said, "Oh shit, I badmouthed Misha. Oh, next week's tough. I'm gonna get a real bad edit."
Oh yeah, because she's talking some shit about UFC and stuff. She's lost her mind. Oh look at, if Misha shaved off that nose, she could make atom weight and fight the Karate Hottie and Invicta. What a sexy match! I didn't even see that. Do you need an exemption from the Athletic Commission in Nevada for saline tit bags? I guess.
Well, who's got fake tits in UFC?
I don't know. There's rumors, I think, that Misha does. Front Row Brian, I think, it said that in some... I think that was actually... Even Edmund responded to that. There's some picture of Rhonda hanging upside down and her boobs looked very full. And they're like, oh, those are fake. I just figured they're, it was gravity kind of helping out.
Wait a minute. She's not the Irish girl. I know this girl. Yeah, I liked her.
No, she's the one who lost to the Irish girl.
Yeah. I remember her. Yeah, I thought she was pretty hot.
Crazy. Yeah,
wow.
I was kind of digging her on the show, and I don't know, now she's crazy, and I've already dated a lot of crazy chicks, and now I don't dig her as much. I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore. That's some weird shit that happens. All right, so. Oh, and the other little nugget, and then we'll get on to, I think we'll get on to the fights tomorrow, and then we'll do some other shit. Chael, did you hear about Chael's new job?
Well, kind of, sort of. I'm not...
Dana even made a comment about.
Well, I heard it was ESPN was getting changed to CSPN.
Yeah, there was that. So, Chael's on ESPN now. That's great for him. It's terrible for me. I don't watch sports. I don't know what channel ESPN is. I know what channel Fox Sports 1 is because it shows fights. So it's kind of like, well, fuck. I'm never, ever going to see Chael. Fox really fucked this one up. But between that, and I thought it was interesting when I know Dana and Chael are buddies. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just thought it was a really interesting move. Dana tweeted, congrats on your job at ESPN, Chael, or something along those lines. And I thought that making that cut was interesting because you would think that might piss Fox off. And I feel like there are some rifts or something between Fox and UFC lately. I don't know where I'm getting. Maybe I've read stuff. Maybe I've seen stuff on Twitter. I don't know, but it's in my head. So I was wondering if that's going to be a helpful way for UF to kind of make that transition. Because I'm sure that ESPN, as soon as Chael was announced, ESPN went up with people tuning in to watch Chael this morning or this afternoon or whenever it was. Because he did his first thing today.
Oh, I didn't know it was already out.
Yeah, he broke down the Verdum Hunt fight, gave it to Verdum, which I might do too. And, then the guy, first of all, the guy who was standing there with him, I think he called Verdum Wordum. Because that's how it's spelled, W-E-R-D. It's kind of like you and Tao.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, like, don't say any names like that. Like, you're ESPN. Aren't you supposed to, check the names of stuff before you say it? And then, Chael's like, well, Fabricio Verdum, corrected him without correcting him. But it's like,
yeah.
Come on, man. That's kind of amateur hour. You're going to call him Wordum.
Like Royce Gracie.
But they talked about that fight. And then they started talking about Brock Lesnar.
Oh boy!
And the Brock Lesnar thing to me just kind of came out of nowhere. And
wait a minute, who was that from? Chael or the other guy?
That was the other guy, but it was. I would imagine it was rehearsed. If it wasn't rehearsed, Chael is way better on his feet than I ever imagined. But they started talking about Brock and will Brock come back and divertick. They were using a quote from Dana from seriously a month or two ago. about Dana saying, I'd love to see a healthy Brock Lesnar fight in the UFC again. That was like a month or two ago, and they're referencing that. So I thought it was almost like it was forced, like they know they're going to have people watching, so let's try to bring in, and maybe that's a good thing. It was just kind of weird. Let's bring up something like Brock Lesnar because it'll catch other people's like ears who maybe aren't familiar with it.
Yeah.
But then at the end, Chael's like, I called up Brock Lesnar's manager, Paul Heyman, and said, and this is why, if it wasn't rehearsed, if it wasn't supposed to be, Chael's damn good on his feet. He said, I called up Brock's manager, Paul Heyman, which is his WWE manager. It's not like his real manager. They're friends though. They are good friends. And I said, Paul, I'm going on ESPN today, and I should have pulled the audio. And we're going to be talking about Brock, and it would really help me out if you could give me a quote. And he said, Paul Heyman goes, you want a quote? And Chael said, yeah, that'd be great. And Paul Heyman said, I'm sleeping, and hung up the phone, which is believable. That's believable, but I don't know. I have no clue. I'm going to try to check it out. It's just, I don't watch Sports Center. I don't know.
I won't now. Now that baseball's over and NASCAR's over as of Sunday, I won't watch Sports Center. I'm not watching. Well, I do watch NFL stuff, but I'm not watching NBA stuff. There's something on the wall behind you.
Fuck you. What do you mean? I guess NASCAR does have seasons, doesn't it?
They're having the Final Four. It's a race for the chase.
Fuck that. We're coming in the winter. As far as I'm concerned, this would be the fun time in NASCAR.
Nobody's going to go watch the race though when it's cold.
I'll fucking watch it. You'll get ratings. You can do private tracks. You'll get a shit ton of ratings. You do all the races in like Minneapolis. I am all over that. Every weekend in like New York and Minneapolis and Pennsylvania. Where else is it really? Canada? Alaska,
no snow plows.
Do
no
like
plows.
Fuck no. You can put plows on the front of the cars.
Green Bay.
I like that idea. Put little plows in front of the cars. Let the cars plow their way through.
Well, they have a little valance or air dam or something that's very flat that almost touches the track. That would, in essence, be a snow plow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Do you want to see Brock Lesnar fight again?
Yes.
Okay. I do. I want to see the whole thing again because now I get him because I've seen some WWE. I actually may go back and watch his season of The Ultimate Fighter on Fight Pass just to kind of see him, just to see.
Wait
how
a minute.
He interacts.
Was he a coach or was he a?
Yeah, he was a coach with Carwin. Him and
really?
Shane Carwin. Yeah.
I'd like to see him be see more normal than we see him as his hyped up self because I never knew who he was until he came into the UFC.
Well, see, I knew who he was. Like I knew of him. I wasn't watching wrestling or anything back then, but I knew he was a WWE guy. I knew he had a legit wrestling background, and that's really all I knew. And he was a dick. Because you remember that fight. You were watching that fight with us. That's the only fight I think that when Frank Mir won, I stood up and cheered.
Wait a minute. When Frank Mir beat
the first one. The first fight Frank Mir won.
I never saw that one. I never saw Brock lose until his... I saw the one where he almost killed Frank.
That was later. This is going back to when I was at the house.
Yeah, we watched... Wait a minute. What fight did we watch over at the pool next door in the pool house?
No, wasn't that Abu Dhabi? Wasn't that Anderson Silva and Damian Maia? It was a shit night of fights.
Yeah. And I won 100 pennies.
That was
1,000 pennies.
Night of fights. How? I don't remember that.
The guy who works at you lost a bet, and he gave me 1,000 pennies.
You want to have some fun? Text him throughout the weekend. You know what he's doing this weekend? We'll come back. No, well, kinda. He's doing, his kids and scouts. This was the weekend that they chose for their camp out weekend. So I actually put it in my phone to remind me. I'm just gonna send him pictures of my thermostat and shit all weekend so he can see I'm because it's gonna be 25 degrees tonight and he's outside camping out.
Well, you know, he has a lot of insulation on him.
He doesn't
What does he
have
weigh?
shit.
What does he weigh? Straw weight? Atom weight?
I bet, I'd say 130. 130.
Yeah, what is
I
he?
think 130.
5'11"?
Yeah. Yeah, about there. He might be 6 feet. Yeah, he's a little tiny guy. So, yeah, you want to have fun, fuck around with him on that. All right, so tomorrow there's 3 sets of fights tomorrow. And I have some random shit to talk about. And I actually pulled audio on one of them. So there's 3 fights tomorrow. There's World Series of Fighting, there's Bellator, and there's UFC. Now, I'm not going to talk about all the fights on each card because I don't care about each card that much. But there's a couple of fights in each one that I kind of want to follow. Let's see here. World Series of Fighting 15. What time does this start anyway? I should look that up. So, all right.
By the way, my physical went fine today. Thanks for asking.
You didn't tell. How did I know you have a physical?
Oh, I thought I told you.
The fuck am I going to know you have a physical? How did your physical go, Mr. Diver?
It went well. I got to get blood work done, but every other thing was nice.
Why do you have to get blood work done?
Well, because I'm to the age that you have my cholesterol checked.
Did you get a finger in the butt?
No, I had that about 3 years ago, and they told me until I got 50 I didn't have to worry about it. So I got a few years to wait on that. A few.
That's good, I think, right?
Well, but I did get the testicular cancer test. That was, and I told him, I said, hey, buddy, we don't need gloves in this office.
Is it is it a hot chick or was it a guy?
It was a guy.
See, I'm nervous, what if you get like a boner and it's like a guy and you're like, oh man, fuck, go away. You're not supposed to be there.
No, it was, well, we need to do a testicular check. Are you cool with that? And I'll go, let's go. Boom. So I before I had a chance to think about it. Because,
can you ask for someone else to do it? Like, can I say no because you're a guy, but can you get that nurse right there to do it?
Well, I was afraid if I asked, I'd get the old lady that brought me in, and I didn't want that lady.
What if you get a boner when she's doing it?
Hey, they had an Asian lady in there, though.
Is she cute?
Yeah, not bad. She was dressed more like a doctor. It's so funny when you go over there to the campus, where Pants works.
Yeah.
The second best place in the world to work. Well,
is that where you went?
Yeah, it's free healthcare.
All right.
So when you drive into campus, the security guards stand there and wave at you like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey." I mean, it's like, I tell my wife, it's like going to Disneyland. Everybody's just happy to see you, and literally everybody. When you go to a normal doctor's office, the first thing they say is, "Do you have your insurance card?" This one here, like, "Oh, I can help you. There's 4 people waiting. Oh, I can help you." And there's all the monitors up there. If you've been sitting more than 10 minutes, please let us know. Well, I forgot my paperwork, so I showed up early, like 40 minutes early, and I finished my paperwork. So I was now 30 minutes early, and within 2 minutes they walked out. "We can see you in the back now." I was like, "Hey, I like this." Oh, and by the way, Walgreens has a pharmacy on site, and it's discounted.
Have you seen the Lego movie?
I'm not gonna watch that.
It's a pretty neat movie. They did a good. I didn't know if your girl had watched it or not. They did a pretty good job on it. But what you described sounds like the Lego movie.
Oh, just happy to see you. Hey, hey. Everybody seeing the hallways is all happy, and you're like, "Is this? What does that kid say? Is this real life?"
That's the theme song for that. Is everything is awesome. And it's like everyone, like the whole city, like just runs around singing a song about how great everything is, and everyone's happy and everything's awesome.
That's sass. That is sass.
They probably, I bet a lot of people sang that song after that movie came out. Yeah, I know they have. I mean, it's they have like because you know who I'm talking about when I say the Terminator.
Yeah.
His wife works there. So they have like
not like the movie Terminator
shop and shit. No, hey man, how you doing?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's who I thought it was, but I didn't know that.
Because he's got Terminator grip, because he fucking grabs onto your gi or your wrist and you're just stuck.
Well, he handles blocks for a living.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just like, all right, well, you got this wrist, so I'm going to go work on something else. Because this doesn't matter anymore.
Well, when Pants works out there, she gets points, and she gets discounts on massages, hair, salon. She gets her hair done there.
Yeah,
I mean, you never have to leave the campus. Yeah.
Too deep.
Where'd your head go? Your head disappeared in the fog.
Whoo! So they got World Series of Fighting tomorrow night. Now there's two fights I want to talk about. Okay, and we'll go over the main event first. Yushin Okami and David Branch. I don't know much about David Branch. I like Yushin Okami. I think this is his first or second fight since being cut from the UFC, which is a ridiculous move, but whatever. I got Yushin Okami. I want to see that fight. Now, do you remember Melvin Gillard?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember, did you watch the Nick Newell fight back on the 4th, where he got his ass beat?
Wait a minute. Is he the one-arm guy?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I've seen him get beat.
Oh, he got his ass beat.
And
it was bad. And like it should have been stopped a few times. And he got his ass beat by Justin Gaethje. Okay. Now this is Melvin Gillard's a fun fighter to watch, okay? But he's kind of a dick. Now, well, okay, I'll bring that up in a second. Earlier this week, he referred to himself as an A-list fighter fighting in a B-list promotion.
Oh.
Now, them's fighting words.
That's kind of shitting on your job, your boss.
Yeah. Now, there was a conference call after that. I think that was Thursday. And I didn't hear it. I just didn't get a chance to listen to it. There's two things I'm going to go out of my way to listen to tomorrow, and I'll talk about the other one for Bellator. But on this conference call, apparently him and Ali Abdelaziz, who's the, I think is he the president or vice president? I think he's a vice president, because the president is Ray Zeffo, I think. So they got into it over the phone.
Wait a minute, Zeffo and Zuffa? Really?
Ray Zeffo. Well, his name is Ray Zeffo. He's a kickboxer. Actually, he's done some MMA too. But that's his name, Sefo. He's another Australian / New Zealander guy. So they got into it, earlier on this phone call and aired some grievances out. But here's the deal. He talked all this shit. He posted a picture of him goofing around at weigh-ins with some costume on, or not weigh-ins, at when he was cutting weight, and calls himself an A-list fighter. He's not an A-list fighter, by the way. If he was, he'd be in the UFC. He got kicked out of the UFC because he kept losing.
Yeah.
He's really a B player, or at best he's a B plus player, which is a WWE thing you probably don't fully get. But he's not an A-list. And they did their weigh-ins today. Now this is for a title, okay? This was what? The lightweight title fight. Guess who missed weight?
No.
Guess who is almost 4 pounds overweight?
4 pounds?
For a title
You can't cut
fight.
4 pounds in you get 30 minutes to come back and try it again or something, or an hour?
2 hours. He missed it on both times.
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. One, you can't talk that shit like you did earlier and then come in overweight for a title fight. You can't.
An A-lister would never do that.
Dust. No, fuck no. Secondly, not only did you screw yourself, you screwed the boss that you just, basically defamed when you called him a B-list promotion. You screwed your opponent, and you screwed the fans. You screwed all these people because you didn't make weight. Come on. That's the shit that happened to Chael at WEC. And why he's technically not listed as a champion, even though he is.
He is a champion in my eyes.
He's the last light. Technically, he's not. Or I'm sorry, officially he's not. Technically, he's the last light heavyweight champion the WEC had. I think that's right. I think that was the last light heavyweight fight. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm sticking with that. But officially he's not because Dickhead missed weight. But yeah, so Melvin Guillard missed weight, and I just thought that was kind of funny. I enjoyed that. So
yep.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Now also tomorrow. So like I said, I don't want to go over every fight because I don't know all these motherfuckers in World Series of Fighting and shit like that. So Bellator has fights tomorrow, and I'll touch on the main card. Nam Phan is fighting. He's not with UFC anymore. I forgot about that.
I didn't know he was in Bellator.
Yeah, he's in Bellator. I think he was somewhere else before Bellator too. He's fighting some guy named Mike Richmond. I don't know, but I guess go Nam Phan because I know who he is. Now this is a fun one. Melvin Manhoef and Joe Schilling. I'm sure you don't know who Joe Schilling is, but you might know Melvin Manhoef.
I don't think I know any one of those.
They're both strong kickboxing backgrounds. Melvin Manhoef is a short, black fireplug.
Like Cormier?
He's fast. No. Thicker than Cormier. Not fat thicker. Muscle thicker.
Yeah.
And he's a short, fast guy. And basically the way it works out for Melvin Manhoef is he's going to knock you out in the first round, or you're probably going to knock him out in the second round. That's
because he has no gas.
Yeah, he's all in. So he's going against the Joe Schilling guy. I don't know much about Joe Schilling. I know he's got a big kickboxing background. It should be a kickboxing fight. It would be really funny if they both try to grapple and it's just like the worst fight ever. But it should be a fun fight to watch. Muhammad Lawal's fighting some guy named Joe Vetipo. I don't know who it is, but good for Muhammad Lawal. Now here's where I wanted to talk about the co-main event and the main event. The co-main event is Will Brooks and Michael Chandler, and I'm going to say again, Bellator. Do you know who those guys are?
I don't know either one of those guys. Did they come from UFC?
No, they're both Bellator guys. Haven't gone past Bellator. So here's the story on these guys. Will Brooks beat Michael Chandler 5 months ago, 6 months ago, somewhere in there, 5-7 months ago, for the interim light heavyweight championship. The winner of their fight was going to fight Eddie Alvarez and merge the titles together. Eddie Alvarez left and went to the UFC.
Right.
So when these guys fought, though, Will Brooks, the black guy, beat Michael Chandler, the white guy.
I don't see black and white.
Well, you only see shades of gray. Typically, even though I think racial humor is funny and things like that, I don't really separate. I don't care. But there's a reason I'm saying black and white.
Okay.
So here, let's flash forward to Will Brooks beats Michael Chandler in this interim title fight. Okay, to make matters more confusing, Michael Chandler was the champion before that, so there was a lot of like, what the fuck is going on in there, and the top three too for Bellator at that time. So flash forward months later, they're fighting again in the co-main event. What are you typing?
Nothing. The keyboard's not hooked up.
I'm trying to figure out if you're sending me something that I should be looking for. So I think Bellator's treated Will Brooks completely shitty. They have all their champions handing on banners in their events, except for shut up. Except for Will Brooks. They don't have their light heavyweight champion, interim champion, the black guy, hanging up from the rafters. Not that he's the only black guy up there, but they screwed him over that way. On the poster for this fight, they put Michael Chandler, the former champion, in front of Will Brooks, the current interim champion.
You need to tweet that.
The champion is... Oh, everyone has. The champion should be in front.
Yeah.
That's how it should work. They put Chandler's name before Brooks. Okay, they've treated him like shit. Now they're not giving him a main event. It's a title fight. and it's up to the promotion, but typically
the title fight is the main event.
Supersedes the other stuff. That's traditional. Yeah. Okay, no, that's not the main event. Should be a really good fight, though, because the last fight was really good. And that might have been the first Bellator fight card that I watched, actually, when I think about it. That was.
What happened to the World Series of Fighting?
I moved past them. I'm done with them. I'm
not
no.
Cover,
I don't
the
want to
Bellator.
cover all their
No,
fights.
I'm saying the Bellator. They were having a tournament, and you had to fight your way into a tournament. What was that?
Well, Bellator did something like that a while back.
I thought that's what all Bellator was based on, so it's not.
Oh, no, not anymore. When Scott Coker came in and they kicked Bjorn Rebney out, that was, I think, the first thing Scott Coker did away with. He's like, we're not doing tournament format anymore.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. No, the main event is Tito Ortiz and Stephan Bonner, which I want to see. I don't know why. I want to watch this fight.
Why?
That's the other thing. I'm
Tito's going to get killed.
Watch. I hope so. I'm going to go out of my way to watch there's a 45-minute TV special that aired, and it's on YouTube. I'm going to go out of my way to watch that tomorrow because I think it'll be funny. Because they don't like each other. And I don't blame him. Tito Ortiz is a dick.
Yeah.
I don't like Tito Ortiz at all.
No. I don't like him because he does them stupid exercises.
Did you see how this whole thing started with them?
No. Did you hear I was exempt from doing Ortiz's?
Yes, and shockingly, haven't seen you since you were told that.
Well, doctor's orders, I'm probably going to be starting back pretty soon. I was going to surprise you, but I figured I'd tell you now.
So there was more to your story then.
Yeah, I was going to hold off on you, but I was like, well.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there. We'll take care of you. Yeah.
Either that or I'm going over to Tiger. I mean,
dick. So they bring him out in a cage, and Stephan Bonner has this guy in a mask with him, and that's the big surprise. The guy takes the mask off, the bag. I think it was a mask. He takes the mask off, and it's one of Tito's old training guys, Justin McCulley. And, they were friends and all this other stuff. So they brought that out, and everyone started thinking it was scripted. And maybe it is. I don't know. I kind of don't care. It's just fun to watch. It's like WWE. It's just fun. So they go back and forth. Oh, and I remember when they did that confrontation. I should have had the audio for that one. Damn. That's the one where Stephan Bonner started talking to Tito. And, they're using the microphone and stuff. And he was like, how did Jenna stand you? And, you could see Tito's, face change.
Oh.
So, again, I don't know if it was scripted or not. I don't care. It's fun. I don't think it is. But either way, it's still fun. So, they've gone back and forth a little bit. They had the press conference, okay? Now, this is the one where I said I was going to try to listen and get times because it's not a very long thing anyway. But I was going to play some of this press conference because I kind of am starting to wonder if it's fake. I'm pulling it up now. Give me a second. You can hear that, right?
Whew. I tell you, it feels good to be back on the Strike Force, which I think that we've accomplished that here and then some.
Scott Coker talking.
I think that was for this fight. You all love Bellator. They're all here, working away. Ever worked with?
Well, I'm a huge fan of the Art of War. Bonner thought he would go after all my training partners, go after my coach, friends, and bring them in his camp.
I can tell that's tortilla.
Well, right back at him.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, because I kind of forgot about it. Tito came out. Tito came out and said that he has a spy in Stephan Bonner's camp. That Stephan Bonner's wrestling coach is actually a plant from Tito Ortiz's camp, and Tito Ortiz knows everything they're doing. So there's a lot of just fun shit, and you roll your eyes, but shit like that really has happened. That's not, they can make things up, but it stems from somewhere. That has happened a couple times in boxing.
I believe that.
But yeah, so there's that. All right. Anyway, Oh, wrong button.
He brought everybody in that
He's so
I
excited.
know everything they're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
He has to have somebody to replicate everything that I do. And as far as having a spy, the spy is already laid. I mean, it's not the fact that someone's telling me anything. No one's telling me anything at all. I know everything. Bono wants to know how I fight. Watch my tapes. If he wants to know how to defend a takedown, watch my takedowns. Paul's not going to teach him something in 2 weeks. I know all these things. Not the fact of being a spy, just the fact of being an art of war. And on Saturday night, it's all bullshit, man. It's all just going to come down to who wants it the most and who wants to fight. It's going to be me.
So as far as the spy goes, the answer to me sounded like he was just talking out of his ass, which is actually located on his shoulders. It seems like every time he opens his mouth, crap comes out. So once again, a bullshit lie. I mean, I can't believe people don't, I think we're actually friends and we sit and scripted this. No, I can't stand the guy. I think he's a jerk. I think he's a selfish prick. And I think the fact that Paul Herrera did help me for this fight says a lot. I mean, he's known Tito 25 years. He's the one who got him into wrestling in high school. He's the one who was in his corner for his last fight. If that doesn't tell you a lot, I don't know what does. It tells you that he has no loyalty to his friends. He's all about himself. And I don't like that in a person. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I got my problems. I know that. But my friends can count on me. He's a selfish jerk.
Loyalty to friends. When my training partners, my coaches leave somebody else for money, I think the loyalty goes the other way. And it shows that you can buy someone their loyalty with money. That shows what type of friends they truly are. I'm glad I shake myself.
I don't know what he just said. I listened to that like 3 times. I couldn't decipher.
I live my life in a positive manner. I'm ready for this fight. This guy's spouting at the side of his neck. All you hear is nothing but lies. So all you hear is lies. And on Saturday night, I'm going to shut him up once and for all. Stephanie Bonner will be my bitch.
That line right there just didn't... That's where I really started to question how scripted this was.
Like he almost read it.
No, it was just so... I expect more from Tito Ortiz. It was such a cheesy line, Stephanie Bonner. I'm going to make him my bitch. And there was no impact. Like, it wasn't like it was like said like, I'm going to make him my bitch. Like,
yeah, no attitude.
I'm going to make him my bitch. It's just that line made me
question. That's an interesting fight for me.
Doesn't
get bloody all over. Already cool.
Bonner go off again?
Nance your question.
Contract, I get the same.
Oh, hold on.
Kicking his ass. Supreme Bree, I'm not in your league. Yeah.
Who gives a shit? All over again. He says all.
Okay, here we go.
Assessment. If I talk about my family, talks about my character, yeah, it's cool to talk about my character, fine, everybody does that. You talk about my fans? No. This guy's a scumbag.
Shouldn't he be mad about talking about the family? But he said, like, talking about the family and character, okay, yeah. But don't talk about the fans. Like, what?
I thought he was going to say family. I thought he was going to say family.
I don't know.
This guy is known for getting his ass whipped in the cage. On Saturday night, we're going to do it all over again. That's kind of true. He says how bad and how tough he is, and yeah, he's going to stuff my takedown, he's going to stand up, and he's going to get bloody all over. Okay, cool. Who gives a shit? On Saturday night, I'm ready to fight, and I hope he is.
Yeah, well, you better destroy me, buddy. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. Yeah, I'm a bum, I'm nothing. You're a Supreme Bree, I'm not in your league. Yeah, you better destroy me, because when you see your punches have no effect on me, you're going to know what time it is. And to answer your question, yeah, I'm 80 years old in a geriatrics home, and I run into Tito, I'm kicking his ass.
I didn't trade my.
I don't know what the question was, because this is just clips of things.
I truly believe.
I don't think anything's really changed. I think I'm getting comfortable with myself again.
See if anyone rants. No, I guess that's about it. But yeah, so I'm buying into this fight like a fucking idiot.
Well, see, something about Stephen Bonner reminds me of Tim Kennedy. I don't know what it is. Maybe he looks military or something. When I see Stephen Bonner, I think of Tim Kennedy.
See, I'm not sure where that comes from.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, there's UFC fights tomorrow. It's all Mexican people. It's like their Tough Mexico, whatever the fuck they call it, finale. So I'm not talking about all these guys.
Dos Equis.
Here's what I'm going to talk about, though. Jessica Ai and Leslie Smith, I don't understand why this fight is buried on the Fox Sports 1 prelim and not on the pay-per-view. Okay? But they do have, on the pay-per-view, Augusto Montano versus Chris Heatherly and Edgar Garcia versus Hector Urbina. Now, those are big-name fights.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to skip those two. Ricardo Lamas and Dennis Bermudez. I don't know any of these other Mexican people. I'm calling this as fight of the night, although it could be the next fight too. But this is a good fight. I'm going to go Dennis the Menace.
See.
Co-main event. Jake Ellenberger and Kelvin Gastelum. This is not supposed to be the co-main event, but what are you going to do? A fight got canceled. So that's the co-main event.
I'd love to see that fight.
It's a good fight, and this is why I said the other one could be. I could see fight of the night too. This could be a fun fight. And
a lot of experience.
This is a big step up in game for Gastelum, and he's a favorite too. That's the surprising part to me. He's odds-on favorite. I forgot what the line is. I think it was 140.
Huh.
So, I don't know. Main event, as we kind of discussed earlier, Verdum and Hunt. I don't know. This is either gonna look. It's gonna.
I think
depend
Hunt
on
is
who gets
depressed.
what.
I think
Hunt's
he's
got
depressed.
something going on. Oh, yeah, and that was the last thing I wanted to say. People were bashing Helwani for that interview and this, that, and the other. And some of them, I saw someone make a comment about how, he's also the same guy that interviewed Mayhem when he was losing his mind. Now, Mark Hunt could have canceled the interview. He probably agreed to it, and then I'm guessing maybe something happened since he was just gone for a fight camp and then came home for a couple weeks, and then he has to leave for another fight camp, and his wife's mad. Maybe it has something in there. Because what was that quote? He had a quote in that interview. There's trouble. It's troubled water for Mark Hunt the father. So clearly there's something, and that's when Ariel ended it. And I thought that was.
And he told him, he said, I respect I will respect your privacy or something like that.
Yeah, and then he ended it. And I thought, look, the thing of it is, Ariel's just doing his job, okay?
Yeah.
Mark Hunt could have said, you know what, I don't want to do this. I got some things going on. I'll make it up to you, and I'll do this on your show. I'll do a live appearance on your show or whatever, something along those lines. Because Mark Hunt's a pretty good guy. And I've heard interviews with him and Ariel, a few of them. They have, they get along fine. They both laugh. It's very friendly. So I'm sure Mark Hunt would, do something like that. But he didn't. Mark Hunt's trying to stick to his word. Obviously, Ariel knew something was weird. But as soon as he found out that's what it was, that's what I saw. Maybe time was up. I don't know. But I saw Ariel say, shut it down when he saw this was like a personal thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
I did too. I really did, because I thought, that's pretty respectful of you. That's something a normal person would do, not a journalist trying just to get the story and don't care about what happens later.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Ariel doesn't play that, because I've seen him say some things that are like, wow, you're really trying to start some shit, aren't you? But
him and Dana,
it is what it is. But here's the deal with that Hunt Verdum. Hunt's got to get. It's going to come down to if Hunt can stuff a takedown and can knock him out in the first, maybe the second, then I would probably give it to Hunt. Verdum doesn't have the striking abilities that Hunt does, and Verdum's gotten a lot better over the years, but he just doesn't. If Verdum can get hold of him and take him down, that's it. Because Hunt isn't going to be able to keep up with him on the ground.
No. Not for 3 rounds, no way. Or is it a 5 round?
No,
it's a 5 round.
Rounds. Uh-huh.
Oh,
that's why
I don't see Hunt going the distance no matter what.
No, I don't see Hunt going much past the second. If he doesn't get a knockout in the first or the second, based on how heavy he was breathing yesterday or in that interview, whenever it was, 2 days ago, whenever it was, based on that and the fact that he's only been there for 3 weeks and he had to cut 37 pounds, No way.
Not
Gonna happen. But you know what? The fucker was now that's an A-list fighter because he fucking cut 37 pounds in 3 weeks in high elevation and showed up to a title fight on weight. That's an A-list fighter. So yeah, that's it's got to be Hunt's got to get it done fast. Yeah, and that could be a strategy for Doom. Might just say fuck it and keep his distance for a couple rounds. I didn't think about that till just now, but he might just say, if I get to round 3 or maybe round 4, well, I can coast on this one. There's no way his ass can keep up. All right. I want to talk about this one.
You were getting a steak and shake in my town?
Steak and shake? What is that?
It's a fantastic hamburger. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Why would they call it steak and shake if it's a hamburger?
Because it's made from steak burger. It's a hamburger joint. They sell steak burgers.
They sell steak burgers?
Yeah, but we call them hamburger.
Do they...
They use cow.
Ground steak?
That's what the claim is, I believe.
Ground steak?
Yeah. Well, ground steak is ground beef.
Yeah. Well, is it really, though? It's a different quality, different caliber.
Well, it might be a different part of the cow, but it's still a part of a cow.
Yeah, but if you say I want a steak burger, I expect that shit to be made out of some fucking ribeye or something. Yeah, filet mignon. Oh, I wonder how that would come out. A filet mignon burger?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm curious. I have a meat grinder.
You could. That's how they make the best burger, supposedly.
I've never thought of that. Could be interesting. I like that idea. Did you hear about Monster Energy?
No.
Okay, and I haven't really heard all of this. It's a 2-minute clip of some lady saying Monster Energy is run by the devil, and I was like, you know what? I heard it was on who comes on after Bob and the Showgram, that American Idol guy. It was his show before I turned him off when I was at work.
Ryan
Seacrest.
Yeah.
They played a clip of it on that. I think it was on that, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is gonna be funny. I'm downloading this, so I downloaded it. It's some lady who seems to think that Monster Energy drink is run by Satan or is the devil or something else. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. This could be bad, but it could be gold.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew.
Okay.
The letter
she's talking about the M, the monster symbol.
Yeah, with the scratches.
That's too many. Hold on. That's my M. Let me take a finger away.
There you go.
Yeah. The M is what she's talking about, and now she's got some chart.
Is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail.
Oh. That's the steak and shake?
Yeah.
I want a Popeyes. Look at the screen. The M's said that right that time are comprised of these little things that kind of go. They look like that. So she's got some old Hebrew fucking alphabet dictionary translator thing, and this little mark, and it does look like it. That little mark that they have, which looks like it's 3 of those, is the number 6. And I will say it does look similar. Yeah, each one of those things in this, whatever this language is a 6. So she's saying it's 666.
666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O?
Where the fuck is she that there's so much talking going on in the background?
Sounds like she's talking to a manager at a local restaurant or something.
Yeah, is she doing this at a fucking coffee shop? Like someone's filming her. I don't know where. Okay, all right, sorry.
There's a cross.
Okay.
What has
there's a cross
Christ
in the
got
O.
to do with an energy drink, let alone the name
I can't
Monster?
tell if it's a cross
So
or
I
a
thought, well,
plus.
maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for?
No, tell us.
That's the F word. Big can.
Big
In
fucking
fact,
can.
they write it on the side of the can, so I know
Oh, is
that's
that
the
true?
F word.
Okay.
Now,
I don't. Have you ever drank a Monster?
Yeah, I drink the sugar-free in a white can.
It tastes like it was probably made by Satan, so I'll give her that. But I guess on the can, the can. I guess they're long, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, hold on, hold that up closer. What is that? Is that a plus or is that a cross? I can't tell. Is it a plus or a cross?
In the O?
Yeah. Why can't you? Oh, no, that's a cross. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Maybe someone's religious. So she's saying BFC, which is written on the can, is also on the side of the can, and it stands for Big Fucking Can. Okay. I've never known that.
now, do you know what a
But I don't
MILF
drink
is? Yes. That's on the box.
She is not a
stick
MILF,
it,
by the way.
And you will too. This is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have put a cross on the can?
Why do you think they would have a cross on the can? What are you holding up now? Well, that doesn't look very Christian.
Monster in a G-string.
Why do you think? Because I really don't know where this is going. Why do you think that they have a cross on the can? I'm thinking it was just because someone is like,
artistic,
is a Christian or something, or maybe it'd make like Scottish. Isn't like a cross
Yeah.
like that? Like
Like Gaelic.
Someone's like, yeah, something like that. That's where I would think. But let's hear what this chick says. Okay.
Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation.
Where did Antichrist
And then the
come
Bible talks about beast. 6 on the can. Here is the message. Antichrist.
She's saying the cross on the can means Antichrist.
Why is it anti?
I don't know. I would think if it was an upside down cross, isn't that satanic? Because I used to carve that shit on my hand when I was a kid before football games to fuck with the other team. I would carve like pentagrams and stuff.
Or a cross with a slash through it or something.
Yeah. No. Okay. So the cross is on the can because of the Antichrist. All right.
666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement.
Oh.
You
It
see
says
these
unleash
M's
the
everywhere.
beast.
Hats, T-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another
Oh, this
agenda
lady's
here?
crazy.
If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down.
Oh, there's the upside down part. She took the can and drank it like this. There's the upside down cross.
I'm going to go on record as saying I bet this is a marketing stunt from Monster.
It could be, and it's good.
Did she drink it? Did she drink it?
No, she just like held it up like she was drinking. I don't even know if there's anything in the can. That's funny.
And the devil laughs.
That can looks really big in her hand. How big is the can? Holy shit!
It's a big can. It's a tall can, and it's a little bit fatter than a beer can. So it's probably 20 ounces. Like a normal beer can is 12 or 16.
Hold on, I gotta send you a picture of what this looks huge. This is a big. It looks like it's. It looks like she's a hobbit holding a regular size can. Plus, picture, take picture.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have the S5. I have the same phone you have? Don't you have an S5?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Plus.
Oh, because hold on, it's a big fucking can. Because it's my messaging. If I want to, I don't have my thing up, but can you see my finger?
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to add an attachment, I push that plus.
Okay, I see. I thought you were from the home screen.
I didn't think about that. I could have just held the picture up. I didn't think about that. I forget what year we're in.
I did, but...
Yeah, I might be a little bit feeling good. Did you hear the KKK is revamping?
No, what are we doing? I mean, where's that at?
Hold on, I'm going to open this story up.
So you like my picture I sent you?
There's also a big murder in my hometown that involved someone getting caught wearing diapers. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe you were really drunk.
No, I just found out when you, I got an emoji keyboard, and it says art. Oh, that's...
Okay. Yeah, do you see that can?
That doesn't look right.
That's a big fucking can.
Yeah, the normal cans are like this regular size, but they're taller. I don't know what that is.
I bet that must be some special one, because I bet the normal ones, maybe... now I'm curious if the normal ones say BFC. I wish you
could take a picture holding my penis.
We'd have to shrink her a lot.
No, it would be even huger.
So the KKK, okay, and I don't want to read the whole thing, but they're trying to rebrand as the new Klan, and the KKK is for a strong America. White supremacy is the old Klan. Okay, so we're over white supremacy now.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good.
So they're opening their doors because they're trying to strengthen America. They're opening their doors to black people, Jewish people. What was the other one? I can't
Wait a
find
minute.
it in the thing.
I
Gay
think
people. It's like family friendly KKK.
That's what? Isn't that the antithesis of KKK?
I don't really understand how it's going to work. I'm because the thing of it is, you know, the KKK organization, one of the most significant hate groups, was founded in 1865. Blah blah blah. Didn't accept non-white races. How are they going to be the American? Are we going to start going to other countries and putting burning crosses on, like, in front of the government buildings? How's that going to work?
They probably won't even care. They were like, what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, at this point, if this is what the head of the KKK is trying to do, why not? Maybe it's just time to just call it. Because clearly, what you were doing isn't working for you. Just maybe this is it. No more KKK. Maybe we've had our fill. I mean,
I don't think this new guy's on the right path.
Did you hear about net neutrality?
Yes.
You know, I found it interesting. I think that happened on Monday. Might have been Tuesday. I didn't see anything on Facebook about it.
I saw something on our local TV channel.
I followed WRAL, WSOF, ABC 11, even Fox News. And I took my time to go check out CNN and MSNBC. All of their Facebook pages. One post about the net neutrality topic, and that was on MSNBC. WRAL, who had it as their main story on their website, didn't even put it on their Facebook. Why?
See, I don't follow stuff on Facebook.
It's like no one wants to... I like Facebook because that's where you can see people talk and you can see what people's views are. This is a huge story that affects everybody. The entire country. And in a negative way. Why is this not making the social media news for people to fucking talk about? Well, I know that's not true. But did you hear... So you heard that they want to treat it as a utility.
Yes.
That sucks, but
which means you get to pay more for it, and you can pay more tax on it.
Well, no. This is a good thing. It's really kind of technically where it should be. It sucks, but eventually it was going to end up there. They'll bill you for usage, kind of like your electric bill and things like that.
Right.
That's really probably how it should be.
We've had it really good for a really long time.
Yeah, we have.
Free.
Now, I had a problem with what they were doing and what they were proposing with net neutrality, which was they were going to throttle Netflix. They were going to throttle these different things. Unless the companies paid, if Netflix wanted to not be throttled, they had to pay Time Warner X amount of money.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's a problem. The other utility, yeah, it sucks. I enjoy it the way it is right now, but eventually it was probably going to go there at some point. And maybe this was all just a big plan to get it to that point in the first place, because now everyone's like, wow, this is great. We're not doing this net neutrality. It's going to be treated like a utility. Well, if they'd have come out and said that the internet's going to be a utility right off the bat, people would have been pissed off.
Well, it's just like saying we're going to make gas $2.50 a gallon when it was $1, and you go, hell no. But now when it was $4 and it's gone down to $2.50, you're like, I can't believe it's almost free now. It's the same thing.
When I started driving, I used to pass a couple gas stations on the way to work. I wouldn't fill up if it was more than 90 cents a gallon. I would just drive by and wait a couple days because I knew it'd get down. And there were times I think I got it for like 59 cents a gallon.
I remember those days.
That was just 1995, 96. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's like, well, shit, it's $2.50. Let me fucking fill up here because, I'm sure it'll be
it's almost free.
$2.55 down the road. That's fucking how much? What is that? That's let's say an average was 70 cents. That's like almost 4 times. We're close to 4 times what we were paying 20 years ago.
And we're happy.
20 years ago.
We're ecstatic if it's $2.50 a gallon.
Yeah.
You're telling your friends and neighbors.
Yeah, that's nuts. So I'm okay with it. Did you see Kim Kardashian's pictures that broke the internet?
I was more interested in following. What's the lady's name? Chelsea Handler.
Yeah, she doesn't look bad for, what is she, 45?
Have you seen her latest picture in the bathroom?
I saw the ass one.
No, the one in the bathroom.
Let me look it up.
It might just be on Instagram, but she called out Instagram. She's like, so you pulled my picture down because I'm comedic and she's slutty. So your move, Instagram. Look at her latest one in the bathroom. It's not as revealing as any other one that you've seen, but it's hotter. Well,
don't worry,
it's hot.
I would never show my Pikachu because I have a family and talent. Oh, because Kim Kardashian showed a little bit of labia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's standing there with her panties around her ankles.
Yeah.
She looks like Meg Ryan there, like if Meg Ryan turned out a little bit better.
I heard her on, I think, Opie and Jimmy show last week, and she's really funny. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She wants to spend a little bit of money now, travel a little bit. She doesn't take herself too serious.
Why is she famous?
She's a comedian, and she started the Chelsea Handler show, and she ran its course for 5 or 6 years on Comedy Network or something, and now I think Netflix has hired her and said, "Hey, do a show. No stipulations. No, it don't have to be an hour and 5 minutes. It doesn't have, no rules whatsoever. Just do a show."
Huh. Yeah, I don't really know much about her. Oh yeah, what'd you think of the spoiler alert? What'd you think of the Americans?
Oh, I love it.
Did you see what I was saying? Because you took a break and I kept telling you, man, episode 6 is where it completely changes. Did you see, because that whole episode when I thought they were gonna die. Like something had to happen. I didn't know it was a setup, and I was just like this the whole episode, like, the fucker, how are they gonna do this? What the hell? How? What?
I love the ending of that when she beat the old lady's ass.
Yeah, I like that. Old lady's cool too. She was in Justified.
Yes, she was. She was in that. She was in something else, but I like her, but I don't like her.
Speaking of Justified, so you really missed the boat on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
And, they're doing the final season. I've told you Boyd has had appearances on that show as a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
Who now isn't just a cross. Maybe he wasn't always just a cross-dresser, but now there's boobs now. And so it was funny because are you ever going to watch it?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Okay,
when I finish House of Cards, I'm going to that.
It's a good show. I won't say who, but this person winds up in a relationship with another person, and there's a sex scene in there, and I'm just sitting there kind of laughing at it, like, look at Boyd Crowder with boobs getting banged by another guy.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Boyd and I don't think anyone understands. His character is fucking awesome, and I don't know if it would be as awesome if I didn't know him from Boyd Crowder. You know what a good example is? Did you ever watch 30 Rock?
Yeah.
With Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you remember, you know the show Mad Men?
Yes.
Do you remember when the main guy from Mad Men was on 30 Rock as the boyfriend?
The key question is you should have said, did I ever watch Mad Men?
Oh, well, shit. John Hamm. Do you know who John Hamm is?
Actually, yes, I do.
You remember when he was on 30 Rock as the boyfriend, Liz's boyfriend?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, it was funny. He was I think he wound up like losing his hand, and he walked around with a hook for a while. He was funny. I didn't realize, because I didn't start watching Mad Men until way later. That character is way fucking funnier than I ever imagined once I started watching Mad Men, because he is so serious in Mad Men.
Well, do you know he's a stand-up comic?
John Hamm?
Go find him and Adam Carolla.
No, he's not.
On Adam Carolla's podcast. He did a bunch of stand-up for years, I think. I don't know for how many years, or if that was his...
I will believe you if there is a John Hamm Adam Carolla podcast, but if there's not a John Hamm Adam Carolla podcast, I don't believe you.
All right.
John
Deal.
Hamm Adam Carolla. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on that.
I heard it. I listen to Adam Carolla every day.
There's Mark Marone.
No,
Mark
Maron.
Adam.
Mark Maron.
Whatever. I could see them. Let me see. I wonder if maybe...
The largest podcaster in the world, yeah, he's going to be on his show. By the way, Adam Carolla beat the patent trolls.
Who did?
Adam Carolla. The patent guys went after him. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. So he won that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, ooh, a turvis with butterflies.
See, this always fucks me up. Because sometimes when I look at this, and I know it's not because I've tested it, it looks like it's not clear water.
Is it RO water?
Yes. But if I think it might be, maybe it's these little bands. No, those aren't bands. That's I don't know.
You know what?
I can take it and pour it into another glass. It's perfectly clear.
So you're in an apartment and you have RO water. I think you're lying to me.
No, I fill up at work.
At the auto body shop?
I couldn't.
Tim's whorehouse?
Touche. I could put a system in here. You could, we've done it. You just put the dispense, you put everything under the sink, and you put the dispense like at your soap dispenser, or not the soap dispenser, the little spray.
We call it a glass filler.
You call what a glass filler?
The thing that the RO water comes out of to fill your glass is called a glass filler. If you went to a plumbing wholesaler to buy one, you would ask for a glass filler.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, you could ask for something else, but you wouldn't get what you wanted.
Really?
You can't beat me in the plumbing department. Yeah. It's called a glass filler. I used to sell them.
Oh yeah, I might be wanting to talk to you about plumbers, but I got to get some more information first.
We know a plumber.
Yeah, he said no a long time ago. We'll talk about it off air when I'm filling you in on the other thing. I don't have too much else to go into. I could go into the murder that I read about in my hometown, and there's not really much to say, but some chick got fired from a law firm, and her husband went broke into her boss's house, took his boss and his wife hostage, stabbed them a bunch of times, left, and then the family was able to call for help. And when the police caught the husband and wife that did the stabbing, the husband was wearing nothing but a pair of diapers.
Well, hey, is that what she wanted? Because you'll do whatever she wants.
I don't know. I've never really thought about something like that. Like, really? Yeah, I don't have too much else to talk about. I have one more question for you.
Do you watch Married with Children?
Ooh, actually, this is a good time that we leave soon because, hold on, and I'm going to answer that, but...
Yes, what is it? I need to go poopies!
Yeah, that might be true. Married with Children? I used to watch Married with Children, that was my show all the time.
Well, used to be?
Well, yeah, like when I was a kid and it was on TV.
No, what's the one with Ed O'Neill?
Oh, Modern
Married.
Family?
Yeah, Modern Family.
I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind. I do watch it, though. I think it's a great fucking show.
Where do you watch the Halloween episode? Have you seen that one?
I thought I did. Give me like one... No,
the blonde,
you know what?
The blonde chick is dressed up as a nurse.
Hold on. Did I? Let me see if it's on my DVR.
The blonde chick is so hot.
You talking about Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Where do you see her in her Halloween out?
No,
Even though
I haven't. I got like 3 episodes to go before the... Okay, I'm way behind. I have 5 episodes. I'll have to catch up on that this weekend some.
I'm gonna tweet Ed and tell him you haven't caught up yet.
I don't think it's really him. I don't know that there's a point. No. I don't think it's him. Halleck Gracie said a long time ago it wasn't him.
No.
Yeah. When that whole thing where Ed O'Neill on Twitter called out Joe Rogan to a match at Metamoris.
What?
When that came out, Halleck Gracie, everyone was like, oh, at first I thought it was weird because everyone was like, Ed O'Neill's going to challenge Joe Rogan to a jiu-jitsu match? That's so disrespectful. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, no, I mean, you can't use it to really sell anything, but it would be fun to watch him and Joe Rogan roll. Obviously, Joe Rogan would have to use some restraint and not use too much muscle, but it would be fun to watch them, I think.
I would watch it.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But then Halleck Gracie had tweeted out, I bet I could find it. He tweeted out that it wasn't no one get upset. That's not the real Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, but he put a throwback picture up Thursday.
Well, dude, I could probably go on Google and get a throwback picture.
I don't know, not one from him in his high school days.
Hold on a second. I'm going to look at this real quick because I'm already in June. He doesn't post a lot of stuff, I guess. Control F, Ed O. Hold on, Joe.
He actually does post a lot.
Well, I just got to... I think it was Halleck. It was somebody. I thought it was Halleck. Maybe I didn't go back far enough. Well, anyway, he had said... Because I actually found it once and retweeted it. But he had said that's not the real Ed O'Neill. I just talked to Ed O'Neill on the phone, and that's not really him. Maybe it was in a reply. Maybe I gotta, because I'm just in the tweet part instead of tweets and replies, which I guess is kind of stupid. Sometimes the computer shit, they really miss the boat a little bit on, like Instagram. You know, if you go to Instagram on your computer, you can't search for anybody.
I did not know that.
Why the fuck would you do that? That's just dumb. Ed O. Okay, on July 27th, Halleck Gracie. And he added him. Real Ed O'Neill is a fake, just confirmed with real Ed O'Neill. He hasn't ever had a Twitter account and has much respect for Joe Rogan. I never thought it was disrespectful anyway. But Halleck Gracie says it's not him, and he's got a direct line with Ed O'Neill, because Ed O'Neill, hell, he did commentary for the first 2 Metamoris events. So I would imagine that's probably legit, and there's probably a reason why the Ed O'Neill you're talking about is not verified yet.
I think he is. I'm looking now.
No, he's not. I'm looking right at it. There's no verification. No verification.
EDONIE.
Why can't you believe me?
I can't even find it.
Believe in me. Look up. It's real Ed O'Neill.
Oh, well, then it's real then if he says it's real.
Hey, this chili thing that you went to a couple weeks ago. Because I wrote this down because I saw the post that you had on there.
Yeah.
That's true what that guy said. The official chili rules, chili can't have beans.
I know. He sent the link, right?
I don't know if he sent a link or not, or maybe he did. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe there was a link, but I just I thought maybe that was just one set of rules, but that seems to be pretty across the board. I've never heard that before. I'm making some chili. I'm going to make some chili probably over Christmas. Guess what? There's going to be some beans in it.
I am going to put in a must-have. I must have some of your chili. No, I don't care if it has.
Oh.
I would prefer not to have beans, but I'll eat beans. But I want chili. I love chili. Okay. By the way, next year, when this comes around, I'm going to call you, and we're not going to this chili festival.
What do you mean?
It was terrible.
Oh, was it bad?
Yeah, they give you a bag with 26 small cups in it. Maybe, 3 spoonfuls. And you go to each one of the tents and you try their chili. And they give you 1 gold plastic coin. And you give it to your favorite. Well, out of 26 people putting chili out there, 3 were eligible, in my opinion. Some of them were like chili soup. Some of them were too spicy to eat. Some of them had beans. Only one guy did not have beans. This old black guy was like simple backyard chili or something. But I actually gave it to a church because I like their chili best. But
that guy was the only one who played by the rules.
He was the only one, technically correct. But Sunday, I visited the plumbing area more times than I wished I had done in a solid week. And so did my son. I said, I used the bathroom a lot today. He goes, I did too. Last night, all day today. I go, yep, that was me. So, I won't go back to that. No. I'd rather go to Wendy's and have their chili. Wendy's chili, not bad.
Well, you can have some of my chili. I don't like fancy shit for chili. I don't dig it. It's literally bread and butter chili. You're not going to find the green pepper. And to me, that ruins chili. It's kind of like if you get a crab cake, okay? You ever get crab cakes?
I did.
Okay.
I got one at SAS yesterday.
Okay.
For lunch.
Let's talk about that crab cake. How much was it?
Well, it was at SAS. It was like $5.
Okay. Now, were there fillers in there? Was it loaded with like onions and red peppers and green peppers and all that shit? Because that's very, very common with crab cakes.
No, not at SAS. You don't understand how SAS works. It's all homemade, handmade.
Okay, that's good.
But most places, yes, it is full of peppers and onions, which I don't mind.
Ruins it for me. Kind of like with chili, it ruins the chili for me.
The one at SAS was more crab, correct? Now in chili, I do like some onion in there. I want beef. I want a little tomato flavor in it, like ketchup. I don't care if it's ketchup.
I gotta find my recipe, but yeah, I mean, I don't like onions, but I do put. I'm coming around to them. Like when I do my omelet Sunday, which I didn't get to do last weekend because my dad was here, but I get to do omelet Sunday this weekend, and I'm really excited because I missed my omelet last week. I do put. Shut up! Fuck you! Don't laugh at me. I like my omelet, and I am putting onions in that now. So I'm branching out a little bit, but I do put onions in my chili
What kind of onion? Red onion or regular onion?
Usually just white onion, I guess. I don't know.
All right, let me give you a tip.
Oh, you gonna give me a tip?
For your omelet.
Do I need to turn around?
No, you get the whole thing if you turn around. When you are cutting up your onion for your omelet, you put onions in your omelet?
I just said I put onions in my omelet.
Oh. Use a
Yeah.
Use a vegetable peeler to cut your onion instead of slicing and dicing your onion.
Why?
Because it makes the perfect size chopped onions.
But it would be really thin.
No, you can dig it in. I saw that on the internet. It's a very cool idea.
Are you
take your onion
and
cut
slicing like off the? Okay, so slice the flat part.
Now go to your flat edge and start, and you can cut out little chunks of onion.
But then you would have big circles of onion, or is it taking it off little by little as you go across? Like if you do that, you'll have a slice of the onion, right?
No, little by little.
Okay.
Let's say you take the flat. You've got.
Look, maybe I'll try it. I'll try it this weekend.
See the onion's flat here. You take the peeler and you hit the edge of it, and you go as deep as you want, and it cuts off as much as you chunk it out.
Oh, so you do.
You do it like here's the onion right. Here's the round part of the onion here.
Yeah.
Bottom.
This is a mistake. Yeah, and I'm going to do another one too.
You take the peeler and you go across the edge here.
The corner.
The corner.
Like the corner edge. Okay. Yes. I'll try it. I'll give it a whirl.
Now, let me suggest this. Try red onion. I'm an omelet guy.
What's a red onion? Isn't that just a regular onion?
No, it's a little sweeter than a regular onion is, and it's not as powerful.
You got to keep in mind, okay? You're talking to this is a true story. I've got some good stories that people don't really believe. Like, and I'm sure at some point, like the
like you used to be a cheerleader. I mean, a football captain.
Like the magic. You're a dick for not officially confirming that. Like the magic touch story. I'm sure that'll come up at some point. But you're talking to a guy about like what kind of onion to get. I am not even kidding when I say I just learned that there's a cheese section at the grocery store.
How long have you been going to the grocery store?
I always walked by it. I never really looked like, oh, it's just none of the stuff in there pulled me in enough, I guess because there's no fucking cannolis and cakes and donuts. None of them pulled me in enough to even look and see what was over there. I stood looking at American cheese section for about 3 minutes looking for pimento cheese. That's all I wanted was a thing of. I'm like going back and forth, and I went over to the deli thinking maybe like that would be weird, but maybe it's in the deli. They do sell cheese, like the cheese there, not over there. I go back here, and I finally asked the guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, that's in the cheese section." I go, "There's a cheese section?" And he looked at me like, "Huh? Where's that?"
I'm from Russia.
And he goes, "It's over in front of the deli." I was like, "Okay." So I walk over. Holy fuck! Look at all this cheese. There's a lot of cheese. There's a shitload of cheese. How do you even keep up with that much cheese?
Pants is she's not a potted meat or treat or lunch meat kind of gal, right?
Yeah.
So we're at a concert, and one of our buddies, our boat buddies, opens up a small can of cheese.
Of whoop ass?
Well, no. I bring the whoop ass.
So is it like a Cheese Whiz cheese?
Well, yeah, but it's you pop the can off. It looks like a can of tuna. It's that size, or Vienna sausage.
All right.
And when you pop it off, there's cheese in it. So first of all, Pants looks at me and goes, "I'm not touching that."
I'm
like,
great.
"Well, give me some." It was fantastic. When you go to the chip aisle. My mouth's watering right now. When you go to the chip aisle again over at the HT, well, I can see. If I stand up, I can look down the camera like this and see.
I just wasted that, fucker. You're such a dick. Oh fuck. Okay.
So when you go to the chip aisle and you see all the cans of salsa and whatever, you'll see, I think it's Doritos canned cheese. It's really, really good.
No shit, Doritos, huh?
I think it is Doritos. Yeah.
I don't really use. Okay, there's I guess there's a reason for this. I don't use dip a whole lot, like salsa and cheese dip. But I think the reason is I don't buy regular potato chips very often. You know what I got on my fucking thing? And there, I should show you. You want to
popcorn?
No, honey barbecue. I don't remember if it's Lay's or Utz, but it's either Lay's or Utz. Honey barbecue chips. I got a bag of those sitting in there. I fucking love those. I don't buy regular chips much.
Well, okay. Do you like?
I think Monocles and I polished off a bag of that in one time when he was over here.
Have you had Chili's?
Ooh. Have I had Chili's what?
Chili's nachos chips?
No.
You know, like the chips salsa?
I don't know.
Well, I think Chili's has one of the best chips. It's just the right amount of salty, good size. They're not too thin, but they're not too thick. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that.
It just sounds like you're talking about your favorite penis.
You don't want it too thick.
I don't eat. I don't go anywhere. I do get Chili's every once in a while. I've had it delivered to me. And like when she got her teeth cleaned, when I picked her up, I went to Chili's. But I don't like to go out. But
you have to try their chips and salsa.
I'll have to try
trust
their
me.
Chips.
I've
had their. Okay, you know what? I haven't had their nachos, but yeah, I have had their chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa. That's what I meant. Not nachos.
It's good. Their chips are good.
Well, Walmart and Harris Teeter has a brand of chips that are almost identical, and they start with an S, and it's a white bag with yellow writing on it, like Salsalita, but it's not Salsalita. It's like Senorita. They are very good chips.
And there's a yellow bag that goes with it. They're $2 a bag.
I've only seen a white bag.
Unless we're talking about different ones, the white ones are like flour tortilla chips. The yellow ones are corn tortilla.
Well, the one I had were really thin. That's all I remember.
Yeah, these aren't thin, so it must be something else. Yeah, I thought their chips were good. I think, actually, when I had them, Monocles, we ate so much that night, too. And I was going to pay for his. I was like, I got it. And then he racked up like a $50 thing, I think, himself. I was like, holy fuck. But he
ate more than you?
A thing of chips. He ate a lot. And I ate a lot too, though. He had ordered a thing of chips. And he left it here. Like, he left the chips and salsa here. He left the guacamole here, too. I didn't know it was guacamole until, like, a few weeks later.
And when it turned green?
I saw it in the fridge. I was like, ooh. Oops.
It's green.
Maybe that should have been tended to earlier. Yeah, I see, when I go to Chili's, Southwestern egg rolls is a must. That's just a given. You got to have Southwestern egg rolls. And then I'll get... Really, that's it. They don't have the little awesome blossom bloomin' onion thing, whatever the fuck it was called. They don't do that anymore.
Guess what they got? We just went Friday. What's the night? Friday. Last night we went and we got. Pants had a coupon from, if you sign up for Chili's, a free appetizer of the spicy panko onion rings.
Oh, they have onion rings now?
Oh boy, they are very good.
I'm starting to like onion rings.
Yeah, sometimes you get more breading than onions. I like onions.
I think I like the breading, but that's because I'm fat. But I actually have onion rings in my freezer. I have Nathan's onion rings in my freezer right now.
Oh, I've had those. Those are good.
Yeah, they work on like a Friday night, just playing games and watching fights and fucking around. It's really good at like 11:30.
Hey, will you go with me over to Skipper's when they have oyster night? Do you like oysters?
I don't really like oysters, but I'll go to Skipper's. When is the oyster night?
I have to look it up. It's either like Wednesday night or Friday night. If it's Friday night, it's perfect.
Friday night would be cool. Wednesday night would be, okay. Yeah.
I just want to go eat oysters. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat oysters, though. I'm going to eat, like, the regular shit, the regular food.
Like the huge fish sandwich.
Yeah, that. When are you going to get a PlayStation 4?
I don't know. I got too many activities.
Indian, actually, I think Indian said he got one already.
He does, but he hasn't received it yet.
But he knows he has one?
Yeah, we were having their anniversary dinner, and it came up, and Susan somebody had to come up with, well, I've already got him one. And then she blamed us for spoiling the surprise.
Oh, well, he should get it on Thanksgiving weekend. So he's.
By the way, she might be working at SAS too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they. She's a travel agent, and they're hiring.
Understood that move.
Yeah, they're hiring a travel agent, and she's in the running. She's made it out of 60. She's in the top 10. So.
Well, there you go. So he started communicating with me through emojis, and
what?
Through like he sent me a picture of a gun, and then I said, "Did you just threaten to shoot me and then break my toilet with a hammer?" And then he started sending me more emojis, and I asked
he must have just found out he had emojis.
Well, first of all, I asked him. I said, "I love emojis. Do you use them because it makes you feel closer to your people?" And this is the part I thought was funny. If you type in Indian, take your phone out and type in Indian and look at the emoji.
So I'm going to send you a message. So I'm going to go to you. By the way, if you text him tonight, he is... well, his wife was... how do you spell Indian? I-N-D-I-N-D...
I'm going to text him right now.
Okay, look.
All Republicans.
Oh, yeah, you'll get him to respond.
I just sent it. Oh, you don't have an emoji for Indian?
Well, I got emojis here. If I press this.
But it doesn't like automatically like, oh, I guess different. Mine, if I type in, okay, look. I'm gonna do this. Let me go back here. If I go here, and I'm going to type message. Hold on, I need to make this big screen so I can see where my finger's going. Okay, so make you bigger. Hey, fucker, why? That's as big as you get? Really? Seriously? Oh, hold on, really? No, there we go. Okay, so if I click on this plus, where is it? Over here?
Other side.
What the fuck is the plus? Oh,
You're
no,
right.
if I click on the smiley, it brings up my emojis, okay? Now, now watch this. If I type in INDIAN, if I type in Indian, do you see how it's got a box around it?
Yeah.
Because I can't see shit. You can see that because I can't see shit.
Yeah.
Okay. If I click on that box, look what happens. Okay, look. That's the emoji for Indian.
Oh, you know what? I'm using a different keyboard.
No, but do you see the emoji for Indian?
Yeah.
It's like it's the other Indian. So I was like, oh, that sucks. You can't even get your own emoji. I don't know if he liked that or not. So you really... hold on. I wonder if my emoji will come through if I send it to you. Indian emoji. Okay, I sent you one that just says Indian. That was an accident. Tell me if you get that emoji or what comes up. You're going to get one that says Indian. I don't know what the other one's going to be. What is that? That's the one that doesn't have the emoji.
Right.
Why is there a balloon next to... why are there balloons next to all of them? Why is that balloon a Remax balloon?
Because I picked up what I wanted it to be. My background.
And you chose balloons?
Well, the balloons came with this sky background.
What do the balloons mean?
I really don't know. A balloon like the balloon the text is in.
And it's a sky background. Oh, there's a lot of balloons. That seems like it would be dangerous.
Well, it's only one per conversation.
And I can't tell if the balloons are going up or if they're going back. But I guess the balloons aren't getting smaller, so they can't be going back. They'll have to be going up. What makes the color?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, what decides what color everything's going to be?
Oh, wait a minute.
There's the other one. See what that... Is he wearing... See, it's... Yeah, you see, you have it. I don't know why yours didn't come up. Maybe you
it's a turban.
Maybe yours isn't racist like mine is.
No, I changed my keyboard.
No, but I'm saying mine you type in Indian and it automatically goes to that image.
Right, but I changed my keyboard.
So what does that mean?
So I don't use the keyboard that came with the phone. I'm using a different one that can... Look at my keyboard. Hold on.
Don't tell me what to do.
See it?
Yeah. See, I don't know if we had the same keyboard, though, to begin with, because you're on a different network. We could have, like, completely different keyboards because one of us is Verizon and one of us is Sprint.
Yeah, but I think if I change my keyboard back to not emoji board, I don't know how to find it now. It would be like yours.
How much of that did you drink?
Quarter of it, almost half.
Ooh,
quarter.
I'm starting to talk slower, aren't I?
Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I got a party tomorrow night in Charlotte.
So, what's the party for?
Because we are in a hotel tomorrow night. We don't have to drive anywhere. We can walk downtown to the football game.
So, are you really going to a party, or are you just saying we're going to party tomorrow night?
We're going to party. We're going downtown to Charlotte, Whiskey River, and it's called City Charlotte or something. There's like 15 bars in a mile and a strip club.
I like to party. That can be a clip from. That's from. Actually, I bet there's a few clips from that movie. That's from that NASCAR movie.
I like
Ricky
to party.
Bobby. I like to party. My Jesus would like to party. I think that's what he said, something like that. All right, let's fucking let's end it then. Motherfuckers, we're out. Enjoy all the fights tomorrow and all the other fun shit people do. And we'll hear about the football game next week and all kinds of fun stuff. So Samurai is out.
Tahoe Butter out.
We should definitely have known Ryan Seacrest's name earlier because we kind of stole his like exit. All right, let's see here. See ya.
Later.
Stop broadcast. Stop record. And